محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الصلاة شيء. وارحم سيدنا محمدا وآل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الرحمة شيء. وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من البركة شيء. وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من السلام شيء. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرين. وصل على سيدنا محمد في النبيين وصل على سيدنا محمد في المرسلين. وصل على سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. اللهم أعط سيدنا محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والشرف والدرجة الكبيرة. اللهم إني آمنت بسيدنا محمد ولم أره فلا تحرمني في الجنان رؤيته وارزقني صحبته. وتوفني على ملته واسقني من حوضه مشربا رويا سائغا هنيئا لا نظمأ بعده أبدا إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم أبلغ روح سيدنا محمد مني تحية وسلاما. اللهم وكما آمنت بسيدنا محمد ولم أره فلا تحرمني في الجنان رؤيته. اللهم تقبل شفاعة سيدنا محمد الكبرى وارفع درجته العليا وآته سؤله في الآخرة والأولى كما آتيت سيدنا إبراهيم وسيدنا موسى. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم. وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد نبيك ورسولك وسيدنا إبراهيم خليلك وصفيك وسيدنا موسى كليمك ونجيك وسيدنا عيسى روحك وكلمتك وعلى جميع ملائكتك ورسلك وأنبيائك وخيرتك من خلقك وأصفيائك وخاصتك وأوليائك من أهل أرضك وسمائك. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد عدد خلقه ورضاء نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته وكما هو أهله وكلما ذكره الذاكرون وغفل عن ذكره الغافلون وعلى أهل بيته وعترته الطاهرين وسلم تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواجه وذريته وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين والملائكة والمقربين وجميع عباد الله الصالحين عدد ما أمطرت السماء منذ بنيتها وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنبتت الأرض منذ دحوتها. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد النجوم في السماء فإنك أحصيتها. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما تنفست الأرواح منذ خلقتها. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت وما تخلق وما أحاط به علمك وأضعاف ذلك. اللهم صل عليهم عدد خلقك ورضاء نفسك وزنة عرشك ومداد كلماتك ومبلغ علمك وآياتك. اللهم صل عليهم صلاة تفوق وتفضل صلاة المصلين عليهم من الخلق أجمعين كفضلك على جميع خلقك. اللهم صل عليهم صلاة دائمة مستمرة الدوام على مر الليالي والأيام متصلة الدوام لا انقضاء لها ولا انصرام على مر الليالي والأيام عدد كل وابل وطل. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد نبيك وسيدنا إبراهيم خليلك وعلى جميع أنبيائك وأصفيائك من أهل أرضك وسمائك عدد خلقك ورضاء نفسك وزنة عرشك ومداد كلماتك ومنتهى علمك وزنة جميع مخلوقاتك صلاة مكررة أبدا عدد ما أحصى علمك وملء ما أحصى علمك وأضعاف ما أحصى علمك صلاة تزيد وتفوق وتفضل صلاة المصلين عليهم من الخلق أجمعين كفضلك على جميع خلقك. اللهم اجعلني ممن لزم ملة نبيك سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعظم حرمته وأعز كلمته وحفظ عهده وذمته ونصر حزبه ودعوته وكثر تابعيه وفرقته ووافى زمرته ولم يخالف سبيله وسنته. اللهم إني أسألك الاستمساك بسنته وأعوذ بك من الانحراف عما جاء به. اللهم إني أسألك من خير ما سألك منه سيدنا محمد نبيك ورسولك صلى الله عليه وسلم وأعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذك منه سيدنا محمد نبيك ورسولك صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم اعصمني من شر الفتن وعافني من جميع المحن وأصلح مني ما ظهر وما بطن ونق قلبي من الحقد والحسد ولا تجعل علي تباعة لأحد. اللهم إني أسألك الأخذ بأحسن ما تعلم والترك لسيء ما تعلم وأسألك التكفل بالرزق والزهد في الكفاف والمخرج بالبيان من كل شبهة والفلج بالصواب في كل حجة والعدل في الغضب والرضاء والتسليم لما يجري به القضاء والاقتصاد في الفقر والغنى والتواضع في القول والفعل والصدق في الجد والهزل. اللهم إن لي ذنوبا فيما بيني وبينك وذنوبا فيما بيني وبين خلقك. اللهم ما كان لك منها فاغفره وما كان منها لخلقك فتحمله عني وأولني بفضلك إنك واسع المغفرة. اللهم نور بالعلم قلبي واستعمل بطاعتك بدني، وخلص من الفتن سري، واشغل بالاعتبار فكري، وقني شر وساوس الشيطان، وأجرني منه يا رحمن حتى لا يكون له علي سلطان. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلى الله على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وأزواجه وذريته كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وأزواجه وذريته كما باركت على آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وآل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وآل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آل سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم وترحم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما ترحمت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم وتحنن على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما تحننت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما سلمت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وارحم سيدنا محمدا وآل سيدنا محمد وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت ورحمت وباركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي وأزواجه أمهات المؤمنين وذريته وأهل بيته كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم داحي المدحوات وبارئ المسموكات وجبار القلوب على فطرتها شقيها وسعيدها، اجعل شرائف صلواتك ونوامي بركاتك ورأفة تحننك على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق والمعلن الحق بالحق والدامغ لجيشات الأباطيل، كما حمل فاضطلع بأمرك بطاعتك مستنفذا في مرضاتك واعيا لوحيك حافظا لعهدك ماضيا على نفاذ أمرك حتى أورى قبسا لقابس آلاء الله تصل بأهله أسبابه به هديت القلوب بعد خوضات الفتن والإثم وأبهج موضحات الأعلام ونائرات الأحكام ومنيرات الإسلام، فهو أمينك المأمون وخازن علمك المخزون وشهيدك يوم الدين وبعيثك نعمة ورسولك بالحق رحمة. اللهم افسح له في عدنك واجزه مضاعفات الخير من فضلك مهنآت له غير مكدرات من فوز ثوابك المحلول وجزيل عطائك المعلول. اللهم أعل على بناء الناس بناءه وأكرم مثواه لديك ونزله وأتمم له نوره واجزه من ابتعاثك له مقبول الشهادة ومرضي المقالة ذا منطق عدل وخطة فصل وبرهان عظيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. لبيك اللهم ربي وسعديك صلوات الله البر الرحيم والملائكة المقربين والنبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين، وما سبح لك من شيء يا رب العالمين على سيدنا محمد بن عبد الله خاتم النبيين وسيد المرسلين وإمام المتقين ورسول رب العالمين الشاهد البشير الداعي إليك بإذنك السراج المنير عليه السلام. اللهم اجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك على سيد المرسلين وإمام المتقين وخاتم النبيين سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك إمام الخير وقائد الخير ورسول الرحمة اللهم ابعثه مقاما محمودا يغبطه فيه الأولون والآخرون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأولاده وأزواجه وذريته وأهل بيته وأصهاره وأنصاره وأشياعه ومحبه وأمته وعلينا معهم أجمعين يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من صلى عليه وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه وصل على سيدنا محمد كما أمرتنا بالصلاة عليه وصل عليه كما يحب أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما أمرتنا أن نصلي عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما هو أهله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما تحب وترضاه له. اللهم يا رب سيدنا محمد وآل سيدنا محمد صل على سيدنا محمد وآل سيدنا محمد وأعط سيدنا محمدا الدرجة والوسيلة في الجنة. اللهم يا رب سيدنا محمد وآل سيدنا محمد اجز سيدنا محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم ما هو أهله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أهل بيته. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الصلاة شيء. وارحم سيدنا محمدا وآل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الرحمة شيء. وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من البركة شيء. وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من السلام شيء. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرين. وصل على سيدنا محمد في النبيين وصل على سيدنا محمد في المرسلين. وصل على سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. اللهم أعط سيدنا محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والشرف والدرجة الكبيرة. اللهم إني آمنت بسيدنا محمد ولم أره فلا تحرمني في الجنان رؤيته وارزقني صحبته، وتوفني على ملته واسقني من حوضه مشربا رويا سائغا هنيئا لا نظمأ بعده أبدا إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم أبلغ روح سيدنا محمد مني تحية وسلاما. اللهم وكما آمنت بسيدنا محمد ولم أره فلا تحرمني في الجنان رؤيته. اللهم تقبل شفاعة سيدنا محمد الكبرى وارفع درجته العليا وآته سؤله في الآخرة والأولى كما آتيت سيدنا إبراهيم وسيدنا موسى. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد نبيك ورسولك وسيدنا إبراهيم خليلك وصفيك وسيدنا موسى كليمك ونجيك وسيدنا عيسى روحك وكلمتك وعلى جميع ملائكتك ورسلك وأنبيائك وخيرتك من خلقك وأصفيائك وخاصتك وأوليائك من أهل أرضك وسمائك. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد عدد خلقه ورضاء نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته وكما هو أهله وكلما ذكره الذاكرون وغفل عن ذكره الغافلون وعلى أهل بيته وعترته الطاهرين وسلم تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواجه وذريته وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين والملائكة والمقربين وجميع عباد الله الصالحين عدد ما أمطرت السماء منذ بنيتها. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنبتت الأرض منذ دحوتها. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد النجوم في السماء فإنك أحصيتها. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما تنفست الأرواح منذ خلقتها. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت وما تخلق وما أحاط به علمك وأضعاف ذلك. اللهم صل عليهم عدد خلقك ورضاء نفسك وزنة عرشك ومداد كلماتك ومبلغ علمك وآياتك. اللهم صل عليهم صلاة تفوق وتفضل صلاة المصلين عليهم من الخلق أجمعين كفضلك على جميع خلقك. اللهم صل عليهم صلاة دائمة مستمرة الدوام على مر الليالي والأيام متصلة الدوام لا انقضاء لها ولا انصرام على مر الليالي والأيام عدد كل وابل وطل. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد نبيك وسيدنا إبراهيم خليلك وعلى جميع أنبيائك وأصفيائك من أهل أرضك وسمائك.
Hazreti Resul-i Ekrem ve Nebi Muhterem sallallahu teala aleyhi ve sellem Efendimiz Hazretlerinin aziz, pak, münevver, mutahhar ruh şeriflerine salavat-ı şerife getirenlerin ahir ve akıbetleri hayır ola. Âlâ azvâc-ı tahirat evlâd-ı Resul Ashab-ı Güzin Efendilerimizin, Sair Enbiya Azam ve Resul-i Ekrem Hazretlerinin ervah şeriflerine, Pirimiz Bilal-i Habeşi radıyallahu anh Efendimizin, Mihmandar-ı Resul-i Kibriya Eyyub Sultan Halid bin Zeyd Ebu Eyyub el-Ansari radıyallahu anh, Şah Murşidan Şeyh Hacı Muhammed Bahaddin Nakşibendi el-Bukhari, Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi, Mevlana Zeyreddin Halid el-Baghdadi, Sahibu Zaman Kıblatul İslam Şeyh Mevlana Muhammed Nazım Adel el-Hakkani, Sahibu Seyf Şeyh Abdülkerim Kıbrisi Rabbani Kaddesallahu Esrarım Hazretinin ervahı için, Hadimul Harameyn-i Şerifen Yavuz Sultan Selim Han, Ebel Fatih el-Magazi Fatih Sultan Mehmet Han ve Serdar-ı Hakan Sultan Abdülhamid Han cennet mekan, Firdevs-i Aşen Hazretinin ervahına ve avni inayetine, alel husus bu caminin bayinesi ve bugüne kadar işesinin gelmiş geçmiş İmam Muazzin Kayyem cemaatinin ve kafe ehli iman ervahı için, Allah rızası için El Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله سيدنا محمد الحمد لله الحمد لله الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين نحمد الله تعالى ونستغفر ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له نشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده وحبيبه ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأزواجه وصحبه التابعين خلفاء الراشدين من بعده وزرار المتي على تحقيق خصوصا منهم على الميت خلفاء رسول على تحقيق أمر المؤمنين حضرت أبو بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعلى باقي أصحاب التابعين رضوان الله عليهم أجمعين يا أيها المؤمنون الحاذرون اتقوا الله تعالى إن الله مع الذين اتقوا والذين هم محسنون الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praises are due to Allah, the Lord, the Creator, the sustainer of the worlds. All praises are due to Allah, who says in Surah Al-Ankabut, BismillahirRahmanirRahim, Alif, Lam, Mim. Do men imagine that they will be left at ease because they say we believe and that they will not be tested with hardship? Truly, we tested those who were before you. So Allah knows those who are sincere, and He knows those who are false. Or do those who do evil deeds imagine that they can outrun us? Evil is their judgment. Whoever looks forward to the meeting with Allah, indeed the term appointed by Allah is coming. And He is the hearer, the knower. And whoever struggles, he struggles only for himself, because truly Allah is altogether independent of His creatures. And as for those who believe and do good works, we shall surely remove from them their misdeeds and shall repay them with the best of what they did. We have enjoined on mankind, we have enjoined on man kindness to parents. But if they strive to make you join with me that of which you have no knowledge, then do not obey them. Unto me is your return, and I shall tell you what you used to do. And as for those who believe and do good works, we shall truly make them enter among the Salihin. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. May all peace and blessings be upon the Sultan of the Prophets, Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam, who said, of your best days is Jummah. On it, Adam alayhi salam was created, and on it his soul was taken. And on it is the blowing of the trumpet, and on it is the judgment. Therefore increase in sending your salawats upon me on that day, for your salawats are presented to me. They said, Ya Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, and how will our salawats upon you be presented to you after you pass? And he alayhi salatu wasalam said, indeed Allah Jalla wa ala has prohibited the earth from destroying the bodies of the prophets. And Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah used to say, I love to send salawats upon Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam all the time, but I especially love to send salawats on Yawm al-Jummah. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Nabil Ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim taslim. May peace and blessings be upon his noble family and his blessed companions, especially upon the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar al-Faruq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. May peace and blessings be upon the Padishahs of Ahirat, the Mashayikh of this noble Naqshbandi way. May peace and blessings be upon the Sultans of Justice, the holy Ottomans who raised the flag of Rasulullah high for more than 600 years. May Allah love those who love them. May Allah curse those who hate them. May Allah hasten their return. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, the Jihad al-Akbar, the struggle against the ego, it does not end until the last breath. The one who fights this fight, he is a true mujahid. According to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who said, the mujahid is the one who fights against the ego to make it obey Allah. And the great Shaykh, Hazrat Sufyan al-Thawri, Qadasallahu sir, says about the changing nature of the ego, I never dealt with anything stronger against me than my own ego. It was one time with me and one time against me. The nafs, the ego, it does not rest. The ego is a terrible beast that has made its aim to destroy us. Sultan al-Awliya Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Adil Haqqani Qadasallahu sir is saying, this is faith, this is religion, it is not a game. We must be serious about our faith and about our religion. Now we will say something important on that point. In our time there are so many thoughts because everyone claims to be something. No one agrees to be nothing. And the highest honor in the divine presence is to declare that I am nothing, O my Lord. But our ego is never going to agree to be nothing. When Allah Almighty created the ego, He ordered it, come forward, but it went back. Ordering, go back, and it came forward. Doing the opposite, He asked it, who am I and who are you? It claimed to be something, saying, I am myself and you are you. You are you and I am myself in front of you. I am something. It means to say, I seek Allah's forgiveness That if you are something, then I am something also. If you are in existence, I am in existence also. I am something. I must prove my existence, it claimed. Never saying that you created me. You are everything. I am nothing. Not saying that. That is a battle going on from the beginning up to the end. The ego never wants to be something, never agrees to be something. Rather, it finds a chance. It says, I am everything. Beware. Beware is written in certain places. Beware of the dog. It is written within ourselves also. What kind? A mad dog may bite you, but this is a dragon. A dragon with 70,000 heads, poisoned heads. If the real form of their egos were to appear to people, everyone would fall down and die. Therefore, we must be very careful of our ego, of our nafs. Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi Qadasasir is opening a window to what is going on inside of us, inside the world that is inside of us, saying, the human being is like a jungle where dangerous animals, they wander. You have to be very careful and awake and aware, not to be victimized and torn into pieces. In our body there are thousands of wolves, thousands of pigs, clean, dirty, beautiful and ugly, thousands of characteristics. If one of these characteristics is in us, overtakes us, we become under its influence. Sometimes the wolf in man takes control of the city of the body and it acts. Then the wolf character appears. Sometimes the human becomes as beautiful person like Yusuf alayhi salam, with a face as beautiful as the moon. Goodness, evil, hate, grudge keep on following from heart to heart through secret channels. Every moment there is a different thing that emerges in the heart. The human being sometimes turns into a shaitan, sometimes into an angel, sometimes into a trap, and sometimes into a beast. And sometimes angels are jealous from our purity. And sometimes the shaitans run away from our dirtiness. This is the struggle of mankind, to understand himself, to understand what is happening inside himself, and to control himself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that this is in the nature of mankind when He says in Surah Al-Balad, BismillahirRahmanirRahim, truly we created man in toil, in hardship, in struggling. Kabad. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Hazrati Hassan radiallahu anh said about this kabad that it is enduring the hardships of the world by life and the severity of the hereafter. So the whole aim is to gain control. If a man doesn't gain control over his ego, then the ego is his master. The teacher of the ego is shaitan. A man who is controlled by ego in reality has become a tool for the work of shaitan. And our Shaykh, Sahib al-Saif, Shaykh Abdul Karim al-Kabrisiya Rabbani is talking to us about the control of the ego, saying, if you don't know how to control the ego, you cannot know how to be a servant to Allah. You are the servant of your ego. Ego fools you from so many ways. All the laws that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent through His Holy Prophet ﷺ is to learn how to control our ego. Learn how to put ourselves to the Siratul Mustaqim, the way that the Holy Prophet ﷺ is showing us. If you have no control on your ego, then your ego is like a wild animal without the reins. Nothing on it, running to every side and still claiming. The ego is your worst enemy. The ego will not rest until the last breath. It will not rest until the last breath. And the ego has so many tricks that if you fix it from one side, then it's going to come to you from the other side. If you are going to become disobedient to your master, it's going to cut your neck off right there. So you cannot take care of your ego by yourself. Impossible. A person cannot control the ego by themselves. This constantly transforming ego, this constantly changing ego, this constantly hiding ego, it requires a master to train it. And our Grand Shaykh is saying, when the Holy Prophet ﷺ asked Allah, Ya Rabbi, don't leave me in the hands of my ego even for a moment. He was seeking refuge from two undesirable possibilities. He was seeking refuge from two undesirable possibilities: to be left in the hands of his ego's evil desires, and to be left alone to guide himself only by his mind and knowledge. In both these ways, the ego attempts to separate us from true guidance, and in admitting our weakness and seeking support in the face of the ego's tricks, we gain that help. So you must look for the support of the awliya in a universe in which you are totally weak. Once you have established a good connection with such an awliya, you will always be in contact with him. A wire will carry current to your heart from his power source. That aid will make itself felt most in times of need. Now it is daytime, and you don't seek a torch. No need. But at night, such a small light will prevent you from falling into a pit. Man is created weak. It is the nature of his creation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Allah wants to make things easy for you. And man was created weak. Sadaqallah al-Azim. Allah is strong and we are weak. Until we admit that weakness before our Lord, as long as we pretend to be strong, we are not going to find help. And we're not going to be able to fix ourselves. Sajda is a sign of our weakness. Sahib al-Saif is saying, Shaitan, the evil, is not letting mankind to go down to sajda, to prostration, because when a man goes down to prostration, it is a sign of weakness. And when you are showing your weakness to your Lord, Allah is saying, support that one. Allah is saying to his angels, support that one. That one is accepting his weakness, support that one. So when the support starts coming to you, now you know that you may be the most powerful in this world, but you are still weak. So you go down in prostration again. And how does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send his support? Through his friends. The friends of Allah are poles. They are pillars that are there for us to lean on. They are the ones that they are masters of the ego. They know its tricks. They know its traps. They know its transformations. Your ego may be stronger than you, but your shaykh is stronger than the ego. Sahib al-Saif is saying, the awliya Allah works hard, and after some time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removes ego away from them too, keeping them on the Siratul Mustaqim, to be guiding other people to be saying, yes, this is the characteristic of your ego. You must turn to this side. Shaitan is coming to you from this side, you must turn that side. The ego is like an octopus. Every hand, every side that is coming is supporting the main body. You cut one side, it doesn't matter. The other one is going to grab you. We say, we are following the awliya, the sheikhs. Are we following them? Are we really obeying what they are saying to us? When we're in their front, in front of them, yes, you are right. And as soon as we move away, according to our ego again. So then you are not following. You are just following your ego again. So don't expect happiness. Don't expect peace. Because only as much submission you have to that one, that much happiness is going to come to you. You can go far, or you can go near to him. It doesn't matter. The awliya can reach you anywhere. The whole thing now is just like you are thinking, Allah is watching me. Is it good for me to do this? No. My shaykh is watching me. Would it be good? Would I do this in front of him? Ask yourself. This action that I'm doing right now, if he's watching me physically, am I going to do it? If you are still finding yourself saying about that wrong action, I'm going to do it, then definitely you have lost your faith. And if you are finding saying, I'm not going to do, then do you think there's one wall separating you and your Shaykh? Or 1 mile? Or 1,000 miles? You think he's not watching your actions? You think he's not watching you? Sahib al-Saif speaks the truth. Without the Shaykh, we cannot go anywhere. As Shaykh Effendi used to say in the Ilahi, he would sing, without a pir, this road cannot be passed. My pir is al-Haqqani. His dervishes don't get stranded because his caravan is traveling to Haqq. And as the great Wali Sultan Bahu, Qadasullah Sir, is saying, the murshid is a sign of the favor of Allah. No work can be complete without divine favor and help. So without a murshid, without your murshid, all your namaz and spiritual practices are useless. Even if you spend your whole life doing them, because nobody ever reached Allah without a murshid. The murshid is like an experienced and skilled captain of a ship who has complete knowledge of the water. He saves the ship from every storm and disaster. The murshid is the captain. The murshid is the ship. And the friends of Allah, they speak the truth. The murshid sees ahead and he saves from every coming disaster. Perhaps the captain sees a storm on the horizon you cannot see, so he moves the ship in ways you cannot understand. That is not our business. Our business, yours and mine, is to hold on tightly to the ship. And our Shaykh is saying about the training of the Shaykh. Holy Prophet ﷺ is always saying, either speak something that benefits you and others, or else keep silent. Shaykh has the right to scream at you, but you have no right to scream back at the Shaykh. Shaykh has the right to curse at you, but you have no right to curse back at the Shaykh. The Shaykh has the right to punish you, but you have no right to punish the Shaykh. If you don't like that, and if you don't accept that, that means your shahadat is not complete yet. That means your faith is not complete yet. Your faith is according to your ego again. When your ego likes, then you accept. And when your ego doesn't like, you say, if I had the fire in my hand, I would burn the world too. That's ego. With that ego, even fire runs away. Even Jahannam runs away from those people with that kind of ego. And Hazrat Mawlana is explaining the reality of the Shaykh's training to us, saying, you are in the clutches. You are in the clutches of a lion, dear friend. If the Shaykh throws plaster on your head, welcome it as if it was beautiful musk. Because inside you is a hidden enemy. And you can only fight that enemy with harshness. The one who beats a stick on a rug isn't angry at the rug. The aim is to get rid of the dust inside. You have layers of dust inside you, the veils of your ego. That dust doesn't disappear with one smack. With each harshness and each blow, little by little, it goes away from the cheek of the heart. Now sleeping, now awake. Every so-called evil on the way of Allah is good. Because with that, He will make a man pure and refined at the end. Look at the dirty animal skin, which the tanner rubs with all kinds of dirty chemicals thousands of times, so that the inward dirtiness may be clean from the skin, even if the skin doesn't know what's happening. O son and pride of Tabriz, you possess great character. Come quickly, for you have a mighty power in the secrets. And Maulana speaks the truth. And inshallah, we will be from those who understand and submit. Inshallah, we will be from those who submit to the guide, who is training our ego and cleaning us. Inshallah, we will be free from doubt and rebellion. Inshallah, we will reach to Allah's pleasure. We are remembering our Shaykh's advice when he taught us the words of Hazrat Ali Karamallahu Wajh. Shaykh Effendi said, as Ali radiallahu anh is saying in his prayer, if you close your door to me, I have no place to go, but come back to you again because there is no other door. He said, I am not a perfect one. He was a perfect one. He was a murshid. He was perfect, but he said, I am not a perfect one, but I'm not the worst one also from the ones that are doing the wrong things. I'm not the worst one amongst them. I am a weak servant. I have my weaknesses, and I'm asking for your forgiveness. Any person today in this world sincerely taking this prayer, sincerely believing in it, and asking, instantly the message is coming back to them saying, I accept your prayer. Inshallah, we're asking our Lord to put us under the protection of that dua and to hear our saying Amin to that dua. Amin. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah al-azim. La ilaha illallah. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك من الظالمين سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة سبحان قدوس ربنا رب إن ديننا الله الإسلام قام الصلاة
الله أكبر الله أكبر.
محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعظم حرمته وأعز كلمته وحفظ عهده وذمته ونصر حزبه ودعوته وكثر تابعيه وفرقته ووافى زمرته ولم يخالف سبيله وسنته. اللهم إني أسألك الاستمساك بسنته وأعوذ بك من الانحراف عما جاء به. اللهم إني أسألك من خير ما سألك منه سيدنا محمد نبيك ورسولك صلى الله عليه وسلم وأعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذك منه سيدنا محمد نبيك ورسولك صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم اعصمني من شر الفتن وعافني من جميع المحن وأصلح مني ما ظهر وما بطن ونق قلبي من الحقد والحسد ولا تجعل علي تباعة لأحد. اللهم إني أسألك الأخذ بأحسن ما تعلم والترك لسيء ما تعلم وأسألك التكفل بالرزق والزهد في الكفاف والمخرج بالبيان من كل شبهة والفلج بالصواب في كل حجة والعدل في الغضب والرضاء والتسليم لما يجري به القضاء والاقتصاد في الفقر والغنى والتواضع في القول والفعل والصدق في الجد والهزل. اللهم إن لي ذنوبا فيما بيني وبينك وذنوبا فيما بيني وبين خلقك. اللهم ما كان لك منها فاغفره وما كان منها لخلقك فتحمله عني وأونني بفضلك إنك واسع المغفرة. اللهم نور بالعلم قلبي واستعمل بطاعتك بدني، وخلص من الفتن سري، واشغل بالاعتبار فكري، وقني شر وساوس الشيطان، وأجرني منه يا رحمن حتى لا يكون له علي سلطان. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلى الله على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وأزواجه وذريته كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وأزواجه وذريته كما باركت على آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وآل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وآل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آل سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم وترحم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما ترحمت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم وتحنن على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما تحننت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما سلمت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وارحم سيدنا محمدا وآل سيدنا محمد وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت ورحمت وباركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي وأزواجه أمهات المؤمنين وذريته وأهل بيته كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم داحي المدحوات وبارئ المسموكات وجبار القلوب على فطرتها شقيها وسعيدها، اجعل شرائف صلواتك ونوامي بركاتك ورأفة تحننك على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق والمعلن الحق بالحق والدامغ لجيشات الأباطيل، كما حمل فاضطلع بأمرك بطاعتك مستوفزا في مرضاتك واعيا لوحيك حافظا لعهدك ماضيا على نفاذ أمرك حتى أورى قبسا لقابس آلاء الله تصل بأهله أسبابه به هديت القلوب بعد خوضات الفتن والإثم وأبهج موضحات الأعلام ونائرات الأحكام ومنيرات الإسلام، فهو أمينك المأمون وخازن علمك المخزون وشهيدك يوم الدين وبعيثك نعمة ورسولك بالحق رحمة. اللهم افسح له في عدنك واجزه مضاعفات الخير من فضلك مهنآت له غير مكدرات من فوز ثوابك المحلول وجزيل عطائك المعلول. اللهم أعل على بناء الناس بناءه وأكرم مثواه لديك ونزله وأتمم له نوره واجزه من ابتعاثك له مقبول الشهادة ومرضي المقالة ذا منطق عدل وخطة فصل وبرهان عظيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. لبيك اللهم ربي وسعديك صلوات الله البر الرحيم والملائكة المقربين والنبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين، وما سبح لك من شيء يا رب العالمين على سيدنا محمد بن عبد الله خاتم النبيين وسيد المرسلين وإمام المتقين ورسول رب العالمين الشاهد البشير الداعي إليك بإذنك السراج المنير عليه السلام. اللهم اجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك على سيد المرسلين وإمام المتقين وخاتم النبيين سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك إمام الخير وقائد الخير ورسول الرحمة. اللهم ابعثه مقاما محمودا يضبطه فيه الأولون والآخرون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأولاده وأزواجه وذريته وأهل بيته وأصهاره وأنصاره وأشياعه ومحبه وأمته وعلينا معهم أجمعين يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من صلى عليه وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه وصل على سيدنا محمد كما أمرتنا بالصلاة عليه وصل عليه كما يحب أن يصلى عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما أمرتنا أن نصلي عليه. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما هو أهله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما تحب وترضاه له. اللهم يا رب سيدنا محمد وآل سيدنا محمد صل على سيدنا محمد وآل سيدنا محمد وأعط سيدنا محمدا الدرجة والوسيلة في الجنة. اللهم يا رب سيدنا محمد وآل سيدنا محمد اجز سيدنا محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم ما هو أهله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أهل بيته. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الصلاة شيء. وارحم سيدنا محمدا وآل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الرحمة شيء. وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من البركة شيء. وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من السلام شيء. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرين. وصل على سيدنا محمد في النبيين وصل على سيدنا محمد في المرسلين. وصل على سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. اللهم أعط سيدنا محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والشرف والدرجة الكبيرة. اللهم إني آمنت بسيدنا محمد ولم أره فلا تحرمني في الجنان رؤيته وارزقني صحبته وتوفني على ملته واسقني من حوضه مشربا رويا سائغا هنيئا لا نظمأ بعده أبدا إنك على كل شيء قدير.
And people were fighting to break the walls. A lot of them, they reaching all the way back. They pass, they bury them right there, and they continue fighting. So in the outskirts, you see hundreds of graves there, maybe thousands. Always when you see the city walls of a Muslim country, to know that there are martyrs buried under there. Martyrs and saints and tabi'ins, who knows. So I asked our guide, so tell everyone who is buried in that cemetery over there. Muslim people. So I want to smack his face. Hey, idiot, of course there's Muslim people buried there, bruh. Do you know who they are? Say that they are fat. Hey, never mind, go ahead. So anyway, we're eating red cake, which is not even red. It's brown. Anyway, afiyet olsun. It's just saying. BismillahirRahmanirRahim. Who made this? It's like, never mind. MashaAllah, it's good. Okay, what do we have? Any questions anyone has? Anything anyone wants to say? Yes?
BismillahirRahmanirRahim, about the khutbah and the ego. It's getting very complicated really with the ego coming from every side and behind and from the front and how strong he is. So what is the solution to deal with it?
The solution, Allah is giving it very easy. As the khutbah is also saying, as Shaykh and Sheikh Maulana is saying, it's very easy. You have to obey your murshid. Then it's not going to get so complicated. In fact, you're going to see where it is. In yourself you're going to see, and on other people you're going to see also. And then you're going to say, oh, how sneaky this one is. So you move from being in the battle, not knowing who's your friend, who's your enemy, not knowing how to fight, when you have a murshid and you follow, to you are watching the battle from above, from far away, and you're watching how things are being attacked, how this is moving from this part of the city, what kinds of weapons he's using, how he's using spies, how he's using that. So you start seeing and you start thinking how interesting this animal is, and how people are getting tricked by that. I say, we warned you, it's coming from that side. Why is he not guarding, putting guards over there? It's from that side, it's your weakness. Put more guards there. People now say, yeah, I'm weak. I say, stop doing this. And they say, what can I do, Shaykh? I'm weak. You're not going to say that if you have your room full of gold and the thief is coming through the back door to steal your gold. Never you're going to say, what can I do, a thief coming to steal it because I'm weak. No, you're going to do everything you can to put your guards there to protect it, right? See how the ego makes everyone stupid. Because now there are one listening, I hope that one listens. This is for everyone, not only for that one. It's for me, it is for you. If you listen, then you're going to put more guards there. When everything else not working, you're going to put your shaykh there and say, I cannot fight, I need your help. please. But you're not going to say, I'm weak, what can I do? That is different from the prayer of Hazrat Ali, saying, I'm weak. One, I'm weak, and I'm seeing it a lot with Americans. I'm weak, what can I do? That is an excuse. You know? Tell those ones to be quiet. Why are they there? Huh? No talking. You want to talk, go over to the other side. But not here. It's all that going on. So if you know the weakness, the weak points where you are, you're going to put more guards there to protect. You're not going to leave it open and then later complain. Why am I falling like this again? You understand? Many ways. Either you're going to put guards there, or else what? You're going to trick your ego too, no? If the ego is attacking there, you let it to go somewhere else to attack, not to that spot there. And of course you can do that too. This is what it means by tricking the ego. It's attacking like that. The ego is very easily distracted, you know. Say, what do you want? You like ice cream. Look, ice cream, look. Or this, or this, or this. So many other things that you can do. So does it get complicated? I guess it does, but not in an unnatural way. The way that life is complicated. The way that life is not easy. Why can't it just be an easy life? No, because life is complicated. To eat is complicated. You might think it's so easy to eat. So many people, they can do this, but they cannot eat. They cannot digest. Remembering something, Shaykh Effendi saying, Lal Ali Baba was invited by the Sultan, saying, Your Holiness, please give us some words. Where? You having headache? Huh? Go, hurry. Mentioning the names of saints, if you're not waking up, something is wrong with you. Either you're going to stay here and improve, or you're going to get lost. Go somewhere else and improve, or stay with your shaitans. We're not mentioning your father's name or my name. We're mentioning the holy names that they are listening to, and the ghaflat people, in holy presence of holy people, they're not minding their manners. I'm keeping this in, I'm warning. After a while, the warning finishes. You might think, oh, he's not upset with me anymore. I can do as I like. Wait. Do you understand? You don't understand. Nobody understands. When it comes to themselves, they don't understand nothing. What, me? I do it? Oh, it's shocking. Whole world knows, you don't know. Now, when are you going to know? When the angel of death touches you, then that time you're going to know. So, Lal Ali Baba, he was invited. The Sultan invited him. Say, please speak some words, oh, your holy one. They were looking around. Sultan sitting there, so many dignitaries there, so many high-ranking people there. He says, the secret is, he's saying, to this life, is to eat and to drink and to go to toilet. I mean, they're looking at each other and saying, please say more, Your Holiness. No, no more. That's it. Finish. Sultan was getting a little upset, saying, how you can be speaking like this in front of everyone? To eat and to drink and to go to toilet. He was using more harsh words. He was saying, you can pass gas. You understand? Farting. You understand that? He knows what he was saying. He knows how to now train those ones that are there according to their level too. Sultan wasn't happy. I said, okay. He says, okay, now you go, he's saying. I said, why, Sultan, you're not happy? You're not happy that I'm saying the secret is to eat properly, to drink properly, and to pass gas, go toilet properly? Sultan says, that is enough now. It's not fitting to our assembly. Now you go. That saint saying then, very well, I will go. You're not happy. Maybe you will eat and you will drink and you won't be able to go to the bathroom. Assalamu alaikum. He left. They didn't think too much of it. Sultan later starts bloating up, blowing up like this. He needs to go. He cannot go. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, it's getting very severe. 1 week, it's getting very, very severe. He's in pain now. Now he's sitting and he couldn't even breathe. He bring in doctors, he bring in sheikhs, he brings saints. No one could cure him. And one is saying, this is showing that you have angered one friend of Allah. Oh Sultan, bring that one back and speak to that one. The Sultan says, bring. Cannot even speak. Says, quickly bring him. Lala Ali Baba came. Very comfortable, very nice, coming in. Says, oh Sultan, what can I do for you today? The Sultan says, quickly release me. Says, you're not happy with the secret of life? Sultan says, don't talk too much, quickly. I will release you, he said. But it comes with a price. Hey, whatever price, give him whatever he wants. My price is that throne. Sultan stopped, looked at him. Look at the wazirs. He says, what is he saying? He says, he wants your takht, your throne, Ya Sultan. This is a very big price. He says, don't worry, I just want to sit on it. He's making it so easy, but that means now the Sultan now is giving up everything, his whole empire now, and letting this one to sit. The Sultan thinking, more his stomach starts rumbling and grumbling, and more it gets bigger and bigger. He says, fine. He says, sit on here. One look at him, smile, blow on him. The Sultan felt something. He says, stop speed. He ran to he released everything. Oh. He came back. We saw Ali Baba sitting there, comfortable. Now they are caught now. What they're supposed to do. The one who's sitting there, now they have to obey him. Sultan looking. He was in panic. Everyone was in panic. They don't know what to do. Ali Baba saying, don't worry, Ya Sultan. I have no desire to sit there. He says, I don't know how you can sit there for years. I sit there for 1 minute. I already feel the heaviness and the squeezing. But from now on, be careful from the words of the friends of Allah. They will not get upset, but their friend will be upset. So be careful. From that time onwards, the whole empire started to hold on more strongly to the words of the friends of Allah. We should too. I don't want to say too many of these stories because your manners are lacking. Some I'm bringing to holy places. I'm watching. I don't just watch with these eyes. They come and they go. They don't want to be there. Why are you there? I keep quiet. I don't say anything. But they're watching. In the holy presence, don't come challenging them with your problems or your knowledge or your station. Come presenting them your servanthood, and they will give. If you think you know so much, be careful. They may not say anything, they may not do anything, but their friend is not going to be happy. This is warning, because we are going to places, and I'm seeing some murids, you are not watching these things 1, 2, 3 times. Then don't look at me. If one day your stomach is going to get blown up. The key may be in our hands, I'm not going to give. You know why? Because I'm not interfering. So, watch out. Check yourself. and ask for forgiveness. Stubbornness reaching everyone. You're never going to learn. First one stubborn is shaitan. He never learns, although he knows the truth. Allah protect us, inshallah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. Tom, any other question? Anyone else? You have a question? Inshallah. You have a question? Yes.
As you mentioned right now, and also you mentioned last night, don't doubt on Shaykh way and don't doubt your Shaykh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Person has doubt, but he doesn't show because he loves his Shaykh so much, blindly. He doesn't see anything else. He said, I love my Shaykh, I'm going to follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Another type, person scared from Shaykh so much. And if I do something wrong, I'm going to get screwed up. He back up that way.
Mm-hmm.
Third one, person has doubt, but he has no other place to go. He knows this place is okay, but he still keeps the doubt inside. What are the dangerous situations waiting for them? Dunya and Akhirat.
Well, the third one, you see, it is the law of creation that creation will always change. Allah is the one who doesn't change. But creation will always change. Don't think that you're just going to change here in this world. In the hereafter, you're going to change too. In the grave, you're going to change too. You will always change. So those who think, I cannot change or I don't want to change, first punishment is already reaching to them. But that one, no matter how bad he is maybe, but he wants to change, sincerely looking, not fooling himself, wanting to change. And in this way, if you want to change, you'll find 1,000 million supports coming to you to change. It's when you don't want to change and you kick aside the help that is coming to you, then that's the time you're in a very dangerous position. What makes you to kick that aside? Because you're angry. You're angry. You're angry at the what? The one who gives you candy and one time he gives you a bitter. That one who gives you 99 bitter and gives you one good, you still owe him. And the bitter he's giving is not for fun. The bitter he's giving is from yourself. The sweet he's giving is from himself. But the bitter is from yourself. It's making you to. So you're angry. Then you're in big trouble. Then until you get rid of that anger, shaitan is sitting on you. It's finished. That anger that you have towards your murshid will make you to roll around in happiness because you think that you are free. You're free how? Because you kick the madad that is reaching to you. And shaitan says, now you're free. You're not under his rule anymore. You can do as you like. So the third one, he is angry and he does not want to change. Or the second, or the first. They don't want to change. Then they're not going to find change. As Maulana is saying, those who are looking, they will find. If you are looking, sincerely you are looking, you will find. But you're not looking for it. And you have to go down deep, deep, deep inside also. Do I really want it or I don't want it? It's like an addiction. It's an addiction. All these things is an addiction. It's like taking drugs. First, it's not about how much help you're going to get, where you're going to go. It's you yourself. Do you really want it or you don't want it? And if you want it, help will come to you. But that suffering that you're going to go through, you are going to suffer yourself, not other people. But first, you have to be sincere. This is when sincerity it is. And there are ways to show that you are sincere, and there are ways to show that you're not sincere. You're just speaking. There are. You can say everybody, nobody is going to say, no, I don't want to change. Everybody says, yeah, I want to change. But what is that sincerity? When that help comes to you, you say, no, I don't want this. When that help comes to you, when that order comes to you, do this and do this, do this, I don't want to do it, then you're not sincere. Then in reality, you don't want to change. Or like what Shaykh Effendi says in the khutbah, in front of him, he says, okay. Behind him, you just want to follow your own ego again. I will say yes. What do you want? You want that? Okay. You sure? I will say, there's a point when I'm very, very straight. But there's a point where I say, I'm not going to say anymore. It's not going to work. I'm not going to say anymore. And I say, okay, as you like. And I sincerely hope that it turns out good for you. But people don't land into that situation just like that also. Years. Things happening that you're not fixing. I say, watch that section of the wall there. Enemies are coming. You're not fixing it. The wall gets bigger and bigger. The enemies get more and more. Now they set up camp there. Now, even if you want to kick them out, you don't have the strength. It's already overtaken you. Now we may say, now we may burn the whole city down because the enemies are there. It's going to hurt. I don't want to do that. Okay. It's your choice. So do you want to change or no? To know yourself, to be sincere. Do you want to change or you don't want to change? So many people in reality, they don't want to change. Shaykh Effendi says so many times, they want the Shaykh to change. They want the situation to change. They want everything to change except for themselves. And we can say to those ones, you have not changed much. Yes, you want to. I know you want to. When you are there, when you say, I really want to, and you cry, I cry with you. But when your shaitan sits on you and says, I don't want to do it, I'm not going to cry with you. I'm not. Please don't think I'm punishing people too. I don't do nothing. I leave everything to Allah. So, what do you want to change? You have doubts. There is an answer to every question. Or you have doubts and you say, you know what? You know yourself, you know what? I know my ego a little bit. Even if I get 1,000 answers to this question, I'm never going to be satisfied. So the problem is not because I don't have the answers. The problem is my ego will not accept anything. So it is still my ego. It's not because there are questions that needs to be answered, my ego is going to be satisfied. So the problem is much deeper than that. Then there are those who really want to change and they are struggling. Help will come to them. But for those who have doubts and they don't address them, they keep it inside, they don't swallow it, they don't digest it, they don't pass it out. Or worse, they start spreading it to people. Or they find people who have doubts and they start talking. In front of us, they smile. They say, tabi. Behind us, they say, yeah. We've experienced those things too. We don't do anything. In reality, they don't want to change. Because now we have two faces. We must be aware. We must be aware of our hypocrisy. It's normal to have questions. Doubts is something else. Then you have to ask, what is it, where is this coming from, all these questions? Questions is something else, but why are you asking those questions? What is making you to ask those questions? Really, you're going to be satisfied? You get the answer to that, then what? So look deeper, and you'll find out. Then you'll be able to fix it, like I said, for the root of the problem. You'll be able to fix it. If you don't go to the root of the problem, it won't. Different day is going to come out in a different way, different way, different way. That one in front of us, our Shaykh. I don't know more than he does. What makes me think? He has help So many people has helped me. I cannot even think to do that. So this is when you start using your real intelligence. Okay, maybe you have some questions, but look at him. You start using your intelligence. Then haya is going to come. Modesty is going to come. Say, astaghfirullah. Even if I think he's doing this wrong, he's doing all these things right. Who am I? Who am I? As Shaykh Maulana is saying, you must think that your Shaykh at least is 7 maqams higher than you, or 70, or 700, or 7,000. If you start thinking that you can judge the same way, then you're done, you're finished. Just as Shaitan is judging Allah, saying you make mistake, then you're done, you're finished. You cannot walk in this way when you have that kind of a doubt. You cannot. You cannot follow anyone with that kind of a thing. Then you start worshiping and say, I'm the one who knows. You're going to go to one group and say, this one is lacking. I'm still better. You're going to go to another group. Let's see what this one has. It's good, it's good. I see something there. I'm still better. Then you will never find a guide. Yeah, as Sultan Bahu said, no. Well, which one? He's saying your prayer and everything is not going to be accepted because you're not having a murshid. But those ones, they don't believe that anyway. If you really believe that, what the awliya is saying, then you say, my murshid, I don't care, it's none of my business. He's guiding me. He's guiding me to goodness. He's guiding me to Allah and His Prophet. Then everything else is not my business. Your murshid may trick you. Yes, he will. He may show you different sides, different faces. He's going to look at your heart. You say, it's not my business. Whatever he's doing is between him and Allah. Where is he guiding me to? To goodness? To good things? Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Get rid of that doubt. One day you can trick it, one day you can talk, one day you smack, one day you hide it, one day so many different things, but process it. If you need to talk to someone, talk. But don't expect always, if you talk to me, for instance, with a problem, that I'm going to be sweet and nice to you all the time. I'm going to look at what is necessary. When it's necessary to talk, I will talk. When it's necessary to talk, I will. When it's necessary to scream at you, I will. I must. I'm not doing it for you. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it because my Shaykh is looking. And he's going to say, did you try this? Did you try this? Did you try this? Did you try this? Why you didn't? So, all these existential questions, I don't like to use too many big words, questions so important. How important are they? Once you get a toothache, you forget everything. Once you cannot go to the toilet you forget everything. So how important are they? You think about that? You think you're so important with your problems? One migraine, one toothache, everything disappears. What is there? Allah, Allah, Allah. Oh. So don't take it too seriously. This is my suggestion. Because when you are full, it's something. When you are hungry, it's something. When you are happy, it's something. When you sleep, it's something. When you don't sleep, it's something. It changes. So you're saying it's complicated, but it's not. It just takes different shapes. It just changes its shape. But it's still one and the same thing. Ego. What is experience in old age? They say, yeah, I saw this one before. Yeah, it's like this, it's going to be like this and like this. Yeah, right, okay, don't worry. End of the road is going to be like this. There is a nice thing about old age or experience, because you're not shocked by it anymore. You're not surprised. You're not so wound up about it anymore. You're tired. You're like, again, this one? And you are not so excited about the problem anymore. Other things you may be excited about, not about that. Same thing. I'm not going to find an answer, then put it aside later. Next year, 10 years later. Why have to find an answer now? What is in front of me? That becomes Malayani then. Yes? You think it concerns you so much, but it doesn't concern you. Because it's not going to change. You know that. Put that aside. Oh, aren't we suppressing it and then it's going to blow up? No, you're not suppressing it. You're not taking it and putting it front and center. That's not what you're doing. To let it dictate everything. Have the headache, have the toothache, have the inability to go to the toilet, and then have that problem still front and center, then that time, that problem is real and it's important. May Allah make us to remember death often. Amin. Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Tamam. Anything else? This much is enough, inshallah. Fatiha.
اللهم اجعلني ممن لزم ملة نبيك سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعظم حرمته وأعز كلمته وحفظ عهده وذمته ونصر حزبه ودعوته وكثر تابعيه وفرقته ووافى زمرته ولم يخالف سبيله وسنته. اللهم إني أسألك الاستمساك بسنته وأعوذ بك من الانحراف عما جاء به. اللهم إني أسألك من خير ما سألك منه سيدنا محمد نبيك ورسولك صلى الله عليه وسلم، وأعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذك منه سيدنا محمد نبيك ورسولك صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم اعصمني من شر الفتن وعافني من جميع المحن وأصلح مني ما ظهر وما بطن ونق قلبي من الحقد والحسد ولا تجعل علي تباعة لأحد.